Hello and a very warm welcome everyone. It's Marta here. Welcome back. My friends, today's video is the continuation of the crafting session I was sharing with you yesterday. I've set up my clock for 60 minutes and I've managed to do two cards within this time frame. For this second card, I'm starting from scoring A4 size paper into half, and that will give me my card base. And I'm gonna be working on a very beautiful paper, and this is leftover piece I have, so I only have this one page, and as far as I remember, I think this is Crafter's Companion. But anyway, my friends, I really had this big dilemma with this last piece because I just absolutely love both designs on both sides of this paper. And so many times, I don't even know if it's just me, let me know in a comment, but so many times when I buy some paper pads, what I'm seeing is that my most favorite designs, they usually combine together, like they are on the same paper, like on both sides, and I'm just having such a hard time to decide what to do. And whenever it's happening, sometimes you do get in the paper pads like four of the same designs, but sometimes there are only two, and that could be not enough. Once you use one piece, then you just end up with one page. So whenever I'm having this kind of a trouble or like a dilemma that I don't know what to do, my go-to tip is just to cut out the middle portion. You don't have to use them on the same card as I'm gonna do here, but if you're gonna have some large front panel, you can always cut out whatever is underneath. No one will see it that the piece of the paper is missing, and this is such a great solution for stretching up your supplies. Imagine yourself that instead of you buying second pad, you can just cut out the inner portion for every mat you're using. You can always use them for something else. You can either create a smaller card out of it, or even if you cut few sentiments, few leaves, like for example, this is a green color paper, kind of a greenish side, so that will be great for cutting out some leaves out of it, or just repurpose it for something else. Always remember that if you have something like like a large panel on top of your card, always remember you can use this inside portion of your mat, which is not going to be visible. After all, it's just going to be cover up with another paper, so you can always use it for something else. And another advantage of that is you're not only stretching up your supplies, you're also lightening up your cards. So if you taking your cards up to the postage and you have the certain weight of your cards, cutting out the central portion will make them lighter. So what a great win is that. Now, for my front panel, I'm gonna be using this scallop tag die you can see here from the Kokorosa. I will give you a link down below because I also have this coupon code from the company, but it's just up to you. You can easily cut the tag something similar within a scissors or a trimmer. I'm also decided to kind of use like a additional ornamental piece on a top part, and I was trying to see which die will be looking better. I had this fancy pocket from the Spellbinder, but this one which I've decided to eventually use, that one was from the Creative Expression. I'll do have to double check the name because I'm not sure, and this die is quite old, so I'm not sure if it's like retired or something. And then I'm also going to be using the sentiment, and the sentiment comes from the card making magic that was designed by Christina Griffiths. I will check and I'll give you the link to card making magic dice as well, just in case anyone wants to have a look on them. But as always, please have a look what you have within your own design. Maybe you can use like a punch or something to create this decorative edge or something else, or that could be a lacy trim or like a fancy ribbon or something. You can create this kind of a elegant look on top. So for my elements, I'm cutting them out from the white paper, and this is just the scrap pieces I had. I usually keep the drawer filled with the white leftover pieces. Whenever I create like DL size card or something else, I'm just cutting off the remaining bit, and then I'm just storing them because they are great for cutting out the elements. So here I have this fancy trim, which has this separate cutting line, and this is innovation in the crafting industry I just cannot praise enough. Whoever first thought of the idea of having the separate like outer edge, die cutting edge, oh my goodness, I just absolutely love you and thank you so much for that, because this is given the extra level of versatility in your crafting, because you can not only cut the shape as its own, but you can also make it cutting it to the end, or just making this intricate lacy design within the middle of the paper. So many different things you can do with them. I just absolutely love it. And this is one rule I also have within buying new products, is that it has to be versatile. If it's not versatile, I probably won't buy it. This is just one thing I like to say, because after all, we all spending money, and the crafting supplies are not getting cheaper. Quite opposite, it's actually, I think it's just getting dearer. But we all know what's going on. Inflation is with everywhere and everything, so I think we just have to be more mindful and more careful wherever we spend money. And many occasions I've noticed that at first I'm very, very keen on buying new things, and then I'm just looking up through my supplies, and I can usually find something similar, or I could find my way around it using this scissors or trimmer. So here I've put a couple of the layers of the paper, like the sentiment one on top of another, and this is my favorite way to add the glue to intricate dies. Rather than me trying to wiggling with this like a little pen glue or something, it's usually oozing out the glue anyway, making the die look unneat. I very gently dab it on my hand, and that way I have this pristine look, multi-layer, like very thin sentiment die cut pieces adhere one on top of another. I highly recommend you to try that, because it's just a game changer. No more mess, no more glue oozing out from the sides, and frustration that you spend so much time to die cut your pieces, and then you end up having them like smeared with the glue when they don't look very, very neat. Here, I'm going to be adding dimension to my card, and one way is to do it through the foam tape, and the other one, which I really, really like, is just to use this piercing ruler. It's not only adding this additional texture because you have like a faux stitching line here, but thanks to making those lines, the edges of the paper, they rising up naturally, and it's giving you the same look like you would use double-sided foam tape. I highly recommend you to try that. Those piercing tools, you can buy them on eBay, on Amazon. This is like a tailor piercing tool for leather, so you can look for leather piercing tool or something, and that will give you the results. And they usually like £1 or £2, so they're not very expensive, but this is a game changer. And the foam, you could see here, that was the backing side of the cork board. Cork board, oh, tongue twisting. Anyway, here you can see how am I adhering those pieces. Once I made the edges all around, I'm just sticking them, trying to avoid adding the glue right up to the edges, so the edges will have the chance to rise up. And here I'm adding the glue to the stack, and because I'm adhering it to this blue color cardstock, which is like coated with something rubbery, I've decided to just add a little dash of the hot glue just in case, so that will just hold it by the time the liquid adhesive will dry. And here I am just backing those pieces with the excuse me, with the foam tape, just because I just want to slightly raise them up above this purple color paper. And you can see here why I absolutely love both pieces of the same double-sided paper. They both just gorgeous, and I just want to use them both, but I didn't had any more of that paper. So here I am adding this trim on top, and as I've mentioned, I think I've mentioned, you can also use some like a lacy ribbon or something else. That could be like a punch. If you've got decorative border punch, you can also create this type of the shape. And because my other card was fairly flat, this time I'm going just like a full way with all the fancy flowers and leaves and just this nice floral composition. I'm just gonna give it in person. For the card like that, this is something I usually create when I want to give it someone in hand. I would not recommend to post it unless you have like a greeting box or something. You can then just post it there. So here I have those couple green leaf, and this is the leaves which I've made with the dye I received, so I don't know the originator of the dye. However, the green color paper you could see here, I was cutting out those leaves, is just a paper which I did myself. I just mix and match different color like inks, like smudge inks on a paper, use some text stamp to add additional texture, and then this is a great material for cutting out your leaves because they have so much more life than they would be cut just from the plain green color cardstock. I just think they just look in way more natural, and they have this nice vibe with them. Like you kind of see a little bit of the text stamp here and there, or different splotches, adding like white splatters, things like that. It's always handy for adding the additional interest to your project. And the flowers I'm adding here, this is a foam miran flowers. And for those of you who are new to my channel, I do have the whole playlist with the flowers. I'll probably need to record a couple more flowery videos because I really like to share them with you. I really like to make the flowers. I do have the full drawers like filled with flowers I'm making, so I'll probably maybe make a couple more videos. Let me know in a comment which flowers you would like to see. If you've got any special like favorite flowers, maybe we could figure out something else for the next video or something. So here I'm adding my composition with the hot glue. I'm kind of trying to create this nice flow, almost similar to the last card, the one I was showing you in the yesterday's video. So they're having a similar concept but slightly different execution, and I think they're both looking nice and different. However, I use the same thought. Sometimes if it's something working, if it's looking nice, you can just repeat it on different cards. Like here, I'm going with the similar kind of a flow. It goes from the right upper corner, then to the middle section on the left, and I'm just gonna add a couple of droplets later on just to fill the flow, so it's not just gonna be one angled line, but it's gonna have this nice wavy flow. I think it's just looking nicer. So here all this little like filler flowers, everything else, it's adhered to this card, and then I'm just gonna finish it off by adding a couple of these acrylic water droplets. I had a hard time to decide where I want to have my last flower, but then I've just decided to add it to the side of this top composition. Once you're gonna be adding your flowers, just make sure that you put them quite tight in between so there's no gap you could see through. And then, as I've mentioned, a couple of the droplets just to fill up the gaps and create this nice sort of the flow. So my card is going almost till the end, and from this place I just want to say huge thank you to everyone who's been watching my videos, who's been always leaving me those kind messages. I do love reading your comments. I'm not always replying straight away because there's so many of them that I usually try to reply whenever I can, but I do appreciate your comments. So thank you so very much, everyone who's been supporting my channel and sharing your stories. This is the best thing I could ever, I didn't even expect when I was starting that YouTube channel, and that my journey will take me as far, and I will build up this lovely YouTube family. Thank you for being part of it. I'm hope to see you shortly in another video tutorial. And of course, I'm wishing you a wonderful day. Stay blessed and bye-bye.